Encore Revival, America, October 14, 2019. Who does Pat Robertson think he is? Who gets to say whether or what America's mandate from heaven is? We can talk about Kurds and allies and defending the defenseless, but once we start using grandiose terms like heaven's mandate, that opens up a whole new discussion. If we're going to go all Bible-thumping, Bible-happy about America and heaven, we need to look at what John saw in heaven in Revelation 12, where a woman and her newborn baby are given eagle's wings and saved from a dragon. The woman giving birth is Israel. The eagle's wings could only be America. If anyone is going to argue that America even has a mandate from heaven, which may or may not be true, it would be to protect one, Israel, and two, the unborn. But that's assuming that America even has such a mandate. Syria, as much as we all should love all people, is not part of Revelation 12 and should be left out of this melodramatic mandate from heaven freak talk. Yes, America and every other country should all look after human rights and the good of all people, not only Christians, but non-Christians as well. Pat Robertson presumes the old, classic, us for and no more thinking we have come to sadly expect from Sunday morning culture. As for Syria, Russia is there and should be able to police wild stuff. America is spread too thin, and the world would be safer if more nations hunkered down and stayed home. Scary and unpopular as it sounds, America needs to pull out of Syria because we don't have the unlimited resources of God, and because we are indeed needed elsewhere. Who should look after the Christians in Syria? The Christians should. Rather than playing on old superstitions, such as that America exists to favor Christians, or that good Christians squabble over petty differences, Christians should act like the family they are. Jesus told Peter, "Those who live by the sword die by the sword." Military might is not how God works with Christians. He uses military to direct global politics. But shooting enemies of the Sunday morning crowd is not God's mode of operation, no matter how much Mr. Robertson thinks so. Heaven cares about Christians, but its strategy for Christians is to love each other and spread love. That is heaven's mandate for how Christians should be looked after. When we face our challenges, some leaders cower in fear, too scared to give an answer that should seem obvious. When asked the trap question, should the president ask a foreign government to investigate a political rival? The obvious answer is, if the rival broke the laws of that government, of course. Otherwise, no Republican or Democrat would be able to enforce laws against the other. Why can't Republicans say that? When one finds oneself with power one didn't earn, one won't know how to beat the toughest problems, no matter how obvious things may seem to everyone else. Congressional Republicans will either level up their game or pack up and go home. This isn't pee-wee politics anymore. Democrats in Congress seem to have forgotten all about looking after Americans, though. The House is trying to impeach a president who won't be removed by the Senate. It's pointless. But to understand Democrats, one must understand the Democratic voters. They might not know that impeachment is pointless, just how Mr. Robertson doesn't know that a mandate from heaven comes from heaven, not sensationalist TV. But sensationalism is the trend. For now, Encore. Revival is returning to America.